All right, and we're live. All right, perfect. So for the first time in 2 weeks, hello everybody. My name is Horizon. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a brand new stream for the channel. That is right. For the first time in about 2 weeks, we are back live doing the recaps, which is a little surprising. Usually, I do these. However, we did have the 5-game road trip a couple weeks ago. All the games starting at 9:10 p.m. I'm sure you guys can understand why I didn't want to go live at 1 a.m. However, the last 2 games, Wi-Fi was bad, and also, there were things. We had family over, so tonight we do not have family over, so we are indeed doing the live stream for the game recap. Habs Guru, it's going pretty good, man. Hope it's going well with you as well. Happy to see you in the chat, by the way, my good sir. But yeah, guys, so we're back again live doing the recap instead of video, thankfully. We're going to get into it. However, if you are new here, how we do things is we go through the lines for both teams, for the Montreal Canadiens and the Florida Panthers. In tonight's case, I give my little game summary recap analysis. I go through the stats for the Habs, and then we get on out of here. And I can actually say it this time, all the while, I read whatever comments you guys put in the chat, regardless of if it's during the recap, whenever it is. I try my best to read every single comment that is posted in the chat. Yoshi Bros, yes, Habs beat the Panthers. That's what it says in the title. I'm wearing the white jersey. That's what it says right above me. We did. Habs Guru, yes, indeed. It is nice to see the Habs score 5 after being shut out over the weekend. Absolutely, my guy. It is great, especially because that Hurricanes game was kind of boring for the most part. So it's great to see not only that the Canadiens rebounded with scoring 5, but also that the game as a whole was very entertaining. You could argue outside of parts of that first period, I think, but overall it was a very, very exciting game, though, for sure. Florida lost to two Canadian teams for the first time this year, really, Yoshi. And yeah, I did see that, allowing 11 goals. I keep up with the NHL, and allowing 11 goals in the 6 last night. They did score the 4. They did give the Leafs a scare. Of more than likely, what they should have done was choke the lead, but unfortunately didn't. And then of course the 5 goals they allowed tonight. Odell, Ottawa is losing. I did see that actually right before it came down. They were showing kind of highlights from around the league. Not around the league, but they're doing a thing. And yeah, the Wild are losing. Oh, last time I checked, it was 2-1. It's currently 3-2 for the Wild now. So they I don't know if they tied it and the Wild got the lead back or what. But either way, shout out Zach Bogosian, who has an assist tonight. That's fun. Also, that Canucks and Golden Knights game, I thought it was going to be an exciting one, but apparently it's already 2-0 Canucks. Golden Knights 6 minutes in. And also shout out the Chicago Blackhawks, the Connor Bedards, who scored a goal tonight. We're now Bowens on Blitz. We're only 4 points back with 2 games in hand. Are you an Islanders fan? Leafs fan? I don't know who you are. Oh, it's TBC. Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense then. TBC, thank you for coming by, my good sir. And yeah, no problem for beating Florida, man. Only 4 points back with 2 games in hand. Oh shit. Well, you know what? That could happen. Vinny Lettieri scored. You know what, Odell? All is forgiven. Because Vinny Lettieri scored. I love Vinny Lettieri. Shout out 4th line grinders. Raymond, by the way, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by. And Sons, yes, I am finally live for the first time in like 2.5 weeks. I would like to come up here and do some more live streams, especially in the summer. I've mentioned it before, blah, blah, blah. You guys know this by now. It's nice to be back up and live streaming again. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe, actually, no, I can't go live tomorrow because we're recording the podcast and I got a sim probably tomorrow. So, yeah. I don't know. But, yeah. Alright, where are we? Still wasn't pleased the Leafs weren't able to clinch a playoff spot yesterday. Yoshi Bros, I think they did it today, though. I'm pretty sure they've clinched a playoff spot today, though. No, yeah, they did. No, it was the Panthers who've clinched, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's the Panthers. I mean, the Leafs should clinch. It'd be hilarious if they went on, like, an 8-game losing streak to end the year and they missed out somehow. That would be really funny. But, that's not going to happen because the Red Wings don't have what it takes to win 7 of their last 8 games. Or no, they have 7 games left, actually. So, yeah, they don't have what it takes to make the playoffs, which I still think it's hilarious that it's probably going to be the Capitals and the Flyers. Actually, I don't know. The Islanders are only 1 point back. They're on a 2-game winning streak now. They are only technically 2 points back, actually. 3 points back of third in the Metropolitan. However, funny enough, I think the Islanders would rather get the second wild card and face the Rangers over the Hurricanes. That's what I would think, at least. But yeah, Yoshi Bros, I completely get that, man. And hoping tomorrow, just read that. Did you have a good Easter, Raymond? Yes, I did indeed, man. Eating a chocolate. Actually, I did. Of course, Easter, it's a time for kids. So we did have a family member over, and they had a pretty good Easter. The Easter Bunny came, gave them some good chocolates. However, my parents also did me a solid, got me one of those big Kinder eggs, because they know how much I love those. The only time I have a Kinder usually is Easter, anyways. But they got me a nice big Kinder, so that was nice of them to do that. But yeah, had some good chocolate. Thank you, Raymond. Oh, fuck, you said the sim word? Yes, I did, Odell. I'm probably going to sim tomorrow because my dad's going to be out of the house. Obviously, my mom's going to be working. My dad's going to be helping my grandfather with some stuff over at his place. So we're probably going to be free for a good couple hours. So yeah, we can probably do a sim, at least until the pod tomorrow, of course. Yeah, the Islanders won tonight 2-1. Exactly, Yoshibus. Yeah. The Habs won on my birthday. Hey, Raymond, happy birthday to you, my good sir. Guys, can we get a happy birthday, Raymond, in the chat? That'd be much appreciated. Happy birthday to you, Raymond. Or Raymond. Or Raymond. Or however, there's like 18 different ways you can say that name. But happy birthday, Raymond. Hope it's been a good one, my good sir. And of course, like you said, the Habs won on your birthday. I think that's a pretty damn good gift already. They couldn't win on mine a couple years ago, but you know what? Yeah. No, but seriously. Big win for the Pistons tonight. That is true, Sons. And you play Columbus next. It's either going to be you guys win it 1-0 or you're getting blown out 7-1. There is no in between. You are only either losing 7-1 or winning 1-0. That is the only way that game is going to go. Sons, Easter Bunny, what? Shut the fuck up, Sons. Shut the fuck up. Happy date of birth, Lucas Raymond. He's not Lucas Raymond. I mean, to be fair, we don't know. All his username is Raymond. It could be Lucas Raymond, for all we know. Is it? If it's Lucas Raymond's birthday today, that'd actually be really funny too. I don't think it is though. You know what? We're a couple days off. He just turned 22 on the 28th of March, so like 5 days apart. Lucas Raymond and then Raymond in the chat. That's kind of funny if you ask me. Also, shout out Lucas Raymond, proving that he's not a completely worthless player, that he's sort of a little okay. Not great, but he's alright. And shout out Yaroslav. Oh, yeah, Scaraffel's gotten a game. He's gotten 2 games this year. You know what? Props to him. He's actually putting up decent numbers to start his career there. Habs Guru, exactly. Oh, could be Mason Raymond. That is true. If Lucas Raymond is actually watching a Hair Ice stream, dude, that actually, you know what? Dude, I hate the Red Wings, but goddamn it, that'd be really funny if Lucas Raymond was watching the stream. Is it Mason Raymond's birthday today? Far from it. September 17th, unfortunately. To be fair, though, if it wasn't the NHL, if it was Lucas or Mason Raymond, who'd say they'd be 100% accurate about their birthday anyways? Who's to say? But yeah. Speaking of the name Raymond, y'all heard about Mason Raymond. Did something happen with Raymond? I know who Mason Raymond is. I didn't think of him opposed to Lucas. But is there something that's going on with him, or are you just saying y'all know who he? You're just asking if we know who he is? Because the way you said that makes it sound like something went down with him recently. But there doesn't seem to be any news on him right now. But yeah, Gayson Gaiman, thank you, Sons. The Knights win. Luca, isn't that just every Knights game though? Basically, except when they play Oshawa, isn't that just every Knights game though? Gayson Gaiman, thank you, Sons. Alright, we're gonna get into the lines. Suzuki, man, hell yeah, Wolverine. Samuel, this will teach him to be ranked last in 21-22. Exactly, Samuel, exactly. And also Wolverine, dude, yeah. Just a reminder, by the way, guys, Nick Suzuki is not a first-line center, according to some very, very smart people. And also, Nick Suzuki has apparently a top 10 worst contract in the NHL, according to some very smart people. I'm out of the loop with Mason Raymond. Habs Guru, I think most of us are. He's been out of hockey like 6-7 years. So, I have so much shit to say as we go on with the game as well. Oh shit, Odell, let's go. Oh shit, that's going to be fun to hear. Oh, Suns, exactly, dude. The Suzuki people got hit with an earthquake. I just realized what you meant by that, Suns. I just realized what you meant by that. Suns, suck my dick. Do you see Suzuki representing Team Canada in the internationals? Wolverine, I think it's a possibility. I think in the Olympics, it's almost a guarantee at this point. I think it's almost a guarantee that he's going to be representing Team Canada. I think there's a small chance at the World Championship this summer that he could represent Canada. I know usually during the summer, guys like him and Drouin, and I think Daniel Sprong also as well. I know they have that little, that Quebec league where it's like they just play 3-on-3. It's kind of more like just kind of practice games, really. The scores always end like 11-10 or something like that. I know they have that little tournament that like is sponsored by a bank or something like that. I know they have that over the summer, so I don't know if that would have any conflict of interest with the World Championship, or Suzuki just doesn't want to be in the World Championships to risk injuries. But I think that there's a possibility he could, if he wants to. I think he absolutely can get into the World Championships. But in the Olympics, 1,000%. The only way I see Suzuki missing the Olympics is if he's injured. If for some reason he says no, which is not going to happen because he's made it known he wants to represent Canada, I feel like, at this point. Or if for some reason he has a down year next year, which that's not happening. Or not next year, but the year after, which is not happening. And also, for the Four Nations thing that's supposed to happen next year, I know that's supposed to be happening. I could see Suzuki definitely representing Canada there as well. So, yeah. Hey. Kotkaniemi, they gave the Canadiens a first and a third round pick for a dude who went on to sign an 8-year extension to be a fourth line winger. And like, because we're on you spray Kotkaniemi, I gotta bring this up, boys. I gotta bring this up. Thank you for recognizing that I meant to say you sprayed Kotkaniemi. Google, thank you very much. I spelled it like KASP, something like that. This is a guy, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, who, keep in mind, this guy's getting paid $4.8 million in the entire month of March. 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. Now you might be saying, oh, Harry, maybe you're misconstruing a little bit. How many games did he play? Montreal, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Toronto, Washington, Philly, the Islanders, Ottawa, Toronto, Florida, Rangers, Calgary, Jersey, Montreal, Winnipeg. 15 games. He got points in 3 of those games, because one game he had 2 assists. It was a game against the Flames. Carolina won 7-2. Kotkaniemi's had 4 points in the last month. In the month of February, where he played what looks to be about 10 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. During the month of January, in about the same amount, 10 games, 2 assists. In December, 1 goal. In November, 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points. That's in about 10 games as well, so hey, looking good. And in October, in about 10 games, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Jesperi Kotkaniemi had 1/4 of his season's production in 1 month. He then had, I guess you could say, 1/3 of that, of the following points the next month, and then a goal, and then the 2 assists. Dude, the fact that Jesperi Kotkaniemi, he might have the worst contract in the NHL, if we're being completely honest. Dude, I genuinely, I thought he was had 35 points and he's just not doing that great. No, dude is fucking trash after October. Like, even November, like, okay, you do 4 goals, 5 points in, like, 10 games. This is pretty decent, third, second line minutes, or second line points, but it's like, since then, dude, like, where are all the Hurricanes fans complimenting Jesperi Kotkaniemi's game? I think you might want to start calling him Mr. October. Get used to that now, Kotkaniemi. Bonus Tsunami to DLC Tsunami. Thank you, guys. China wants to give aid to Taiwan. Taiwan will definitely get invaded. Probably Odell. Probably. Also, shout out, Thailand as a country. To be honest, I don't really care about that, considering it happens during the playoffs. As for the 4-team tournament, maybe it's 50-50 chance by the Olympics for sure. Oh, Wolverine, exactly. I think I think the thing with the World Championships is because the Habs didn't make the playoffs this year. That's probably why they would consider. Obviously, if the Habs are in the playoffs, Suzuki's not going to take time off the playoffs just to go play in the World Championship. Sam Montemot's not going to do that either. Obviously, at least I'd hope not. but yeah, no, I for non-playoff teams, like especially because this year the Canadiens are out of it, I could see Suzuki doing it. But yeah, that 4-team tournament, like exactly, it's a 50-50 chance because it depends how many players end up opting out. I don't know if it is going to be a case where they opt out, or maybe it's just, hey, we want guys for the first line to represent the first line, second line for second line, you know, if they want something like that, or if they want, hey, here's the best of the best. Here's basically a preview of the Olympics, you know? You got the Prime bottle, Sons? Oh, God. I hope you're ready for WrestleMania, by the way, Sons, when they have the giant-ass Prime bottle on the mat for the whole show. Dude, that is not going to be a good look at all. Like, I don't mind. I actually think sponsor logos on the apron could look good, but I think it's a matter of how exactly you go about it and how they look on that. I think you got to make sure they look good first of all. Look at General. Oh God, Sons. Oh God, please tell me this is like I hope it's like a leaked image. We got the Let's go, Sons. You know what? Honestly, if it's that small, I'm like kind of okay with it. As long as Cody isn't pinning fucking Roman on Sunday on the Prime bottle right in the middle of the ring like that, I'll be fine with that. There's KFC flavored Prime. Odell, I'm sorry, the fucking what's now? KFC Prime. KFC style Prime hydration bottle. Oh, it was a fucking wait. Okay, so it was an April Fool's collab that could actually become real. Really? Fried chicken Prime. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me at this point with KFC. I believed in Kotkaniemi when he was with the Habs. He had his ups and downs with us, but he was a good playoff performer once he took that big offer sheet. Oh, exactly, Wolverine. Like, dude, when the motherfucker wanted fucking what was it, $6 million? He took that $6 million offer sheet, and like, I knew like, okay, yeah, no, so he just wants the money then. So he doesn't want to be a Canadian. He just wants the money that we would have given him. No way, Odell. The Sens threw their chances, dude. You gotta find that. You gotta find that on fucking Twitter, dude. No fucking way they started a line brawl. I hope it's going on right now. I hope you're like just watching the game because I just loaded it up now. Okay, so I see Tkachuk being a little fucking pussy like usual. I was gonna say another word that started with F, and I'm really glad that I didn't. But okay, so Brock Faber's punching Tkachuk like a based motherfucker. Everybody's coming in. Sorry, guys, I know we're recapping the Habs game, but how often do you see a line brawl in the NHL? I mean, you kind of saw one tonight, but not to the extent of the way this one's going. Yeah, but 11 seconds left, so yeah, dude. So it's not even like the Wild are up 4-2, 5-2 with 11 seconds left, and it's like, okay, yeah, the game is over. Motherfucker, it's 3-2. That 11.8, they could have pushed for the tie. That's hilarious. By the way, thank you, Odell, for letting me know about that. But yeah, Wolverine, I couldn't agree more. Habs dodged a bullet as soon as Kotkaniemi signed that offer sheet, and it's like, oh, so you want to be one of those types of players. And yeah, I'm glad that the Habs didn't match it. I'm glad that Kotkaniemi decided to be a little fucking pussy and just not answer Bergevin's phone calls and not even have the guts to tell him, hey, look, I signed the offer sheet. I don't want to be in Montreal anymore, you know. Instead, just fucking, oh, well, Kotkaniemi's not answering. I can't match it, so, yeah. Though, to be fair, it would have been pretty base to Bergevin to sign that, to agree to that offer sheet and then trade out Kotkaniemi for that exact return to another team. That would have been pretty funny. The puck was in the send zone, too. That is really funny, Odell. That is really fucking funny. Holy shit. Nick Cousins dirty, bro. Does literally nothing but cheap shots. Jacob, yeah, you know what? I will say this much about Nick Cousins. First, I do agree there are some things he does that are borderline. I think the Goodbranson stuff was still blown way out of proportion. I think that Goodbranson was trying to sell the initial hit from behind. And then I think him ragdolling Cousins was easily the dirtiest thing that they've done involving each other. There's some things that Cousins does. I think tonight it was definitely dirty with what he did with Evans, which Jacob will get to during the game. But yeah, I will say this as well. If he was still on the Canadiens or came back to the Canadiens and he was doing that, we would like him. We would like him. I think we would have liked Nick Cousins doing that type of stuff. Do you think if Bergevin accepted the offer sheet and trade KK at the deadline? No, he wouldn't have traded KK at the deadline. He would have immediately flipped him. It would have been all right, sign you, Cocaine, or we were accepting the offer sheet, and then boom, move him before the deadline. It would have basically moved him before the deadline, move him before the season. It would have been like what the Habs did this past season with Casey DeSmith. They acquired him and then found him a new home by the start of the year. It would have been like that. Wolverine. Firstly, it was Dvorak in the third, actually, because the first was what we traded for Dvorak, not the third. But, yeah, I think we could have gotten a better return than the first and the third. I think we could have gotten a first and a second. Just because, hey, this kid's 21. He's on a one-year deal. He's a RFA after this year. Fuck yeah, let's take him up on it. You know, I think the Canadiens probably would have been down to retain 50% on it, actually, even if it meant they get the first and the second. I think they absolutely would have been down. Yeah, no, Wolverine, don't worry about it, my guy. I know this stuff just because I have to research it. I keep having to look at it because I've been trying to do a Marc Bergevin video. I've been trying to find an angle to play towards a Marc Bergevin video. So I got to keep looking up stuff like the Kotkaniemi offer sheet and, you know, researching that stuff. So, yeah, I completely get, don't worry, man. I completely get you not completely remembering which pick was traded for Christian Dvorak. But, yeah. Minnesota mild win. Hell yeah, Odell. Let's go. Fuck the Ottawa Senators, dude. Bro, if the Senators are not eliminated... Dude, here's the funny thing. Sens fans are going to think they still have a chance until the day they're fully eliminated. They are going to think they have a legitimate chance to make the playoffs for like another week. Dude, until they... Odell, you play the Sens on Thursday? Odell, please destroy them like fucking 8-2. I know the Panthers are in their late season collapse form, but please go back to like prime Panthers for a game just to beat the Senators like 8-1. Please. Let like Shane Pinto score. Let him have a slight hope. Let him open the scoring like 12 seconds in and then score like 5 in the next like 10 minutes, please. That'd be really appreciated. And at the same time, the Canadiens do play the Lightning. We can try and hold those guys off for you. Unless you prefer the Lightning to win, then yeah. Easy Sens to win there. I would die. Odell, you know what? I probably would as well. I'd probably die from laughter. Wild suck dickly. Damn, Sons. We gotta let Pinto hit the over. Odell, exactly. You gotta let Pinto hit the over, dude. That's why he's gotta get the goal. You gotta let him get the over. Maybe he's gotta get 2 goals then, but you know what? Yeah, either... Either way, I couldn't agree more with you, my good sir. Alright. The opening lines for the Canadiens. We're going to finally get into the start of the game. The opening lines for the Canadiens. Caufield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky. The Ottawa Senators are Canada's team. Deadpool. Yes, indeed they are. Losing to the Minnesota Wild. They are indeed Canada's team. I'm sure of it. The over 5 goals by Florida. Exactly, Odell. There you go. The over 5 goals and allow more than 1. Because for some reason the odds are still thinking that the Panthers are playing hockey like they did 2 months ago, but but yeah, the opening lines for the Canadiens were Caufield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Gallagher, Newhook, Armia, Anderson, Evans, Ullinen, and Pezzetta, White, Harvey, Pinard. Well, Deadpool, at least we have a great player. That also last time I checked, Cole Caufield, despite having a down year, is still putting up a career high in points. You want to tell me what good Brady Tkachuk did, Deadpool, by starting a line brawl with 11 seconds left and costing your team the game, which he's done, I want to say 23 times this year. What I can't wait to see your reaction, Deadpool. I can't wait to see your reaction when the Sens trade Brady Tkachuk for like a 2nd round pick and a promising prospect. And that promising prospect, of course, turns out to be I gotta find out who was a bust from 2018 real quick. And it turns out to be Vitaly Krevsov. Or actually, no. To be more specific, Jay O'Brien with the Flyers. Yeah. Or Dominic Bach with the St. Louis Blues. I genuinely will be extremely excited to see what happens when, to your thoughts. You seem to be obsessed with Kachuk considering your bum-ass former GM could have drafted him. Deadpool, also, dude, we could have had Quinn Hughes. And also, Deadpool, you could have had a good defenseman with Quinn Hughes. But you opted for generic second-line power forward who is a complete pussy on the ice. I thought those guys get drafted in the 4th round like Josh Anderson. The prophecy is fulfilled. I pinned Roman on the Prime bottle. God damn it, Sons. Of course you did. Let's go. Just like Eric Branstrom. Exactly, Odelski. Exactly, dude. Eric Branstrom is fucking trash. Matheson Gooley, Struble Harris, and Jack Isovardo on the blue line. Sam Montembeault gets started net for the Habs, and Caden Primo backs him up. I would assume getting next game against the Lightning, sorry. I don't know. I would think so. And also, Deadpool, what happened to the Sens goaltending? I thought the Sens goaltending was supposed to be pretty good and an upgrade on last year. Last time I checked, Caden Primo has had a phenomenal last 8 games. Yes, Odell, former Panthers goalie Sam Montembeault, former Florida Panthers Sam Montembeault, yes indeed. Yeah, was also looking for, and former Panther Mike Matheson, former Panther Mike Matheson. Shout out for that series against the Islanders. He was a legend in that series. The opening lines for the Panthers were Tarasenko, Barkov, Reinhart, Cousins, Bennett, Okposo, Lusterine, and Lundell Rodriguez, and Lawrence Stenlin Lomberg. You guys might be wondering what the hell happened to the better Kachuk and what the hell happened to 70-point scoring Carter Verhaeghe. They were injured. I don't know exactly what happened. Odell could probably tell me. I know Verhaeghe was said to be week to week and Kachuk was just out tonight. I don't know if they've said what's happened to either guy, but kind of weird though. But yeah, hopefully they get back soon. I want to see those guys get on the playoff run. I know they said Verhaeghe might be good for game 1 of the playoffs if everything goes right. So I'm hoping that is the case because unironically I would love to see the Panthers eliminate the Leafs in 5. Oh, Kachuk had an illness. Okay, thank you, Odell. So yeah, Kachuk had an illness. There we go. And then Verhaeghe, I think he's been out the last handful of games. I think. Aren't Sens supposed to be a playoff team this year? I thought y'all are ahead of the Montreal Habs in rebuilding. Exactly, Wolverine. Dude, the funniest part is that the Sens are ahead of us by a point. They might not actually be because their game has finished. They might not be considered ahead of us in the standings anymore. I gotta go to league standings. No, they are still ahead of us because they do have more wins. However, the funny thing is, the Canadiens look like a playoff team in their last 5 games, which is hilarious. Considering the Sens are so delusional, they think they have a chance at making the playoffs. Dude, when the Canadiens have a better chance at making the playoffs than you, and they are supposed to be rebuilding, and you're supposed to be a playoff team, that ain't so good for your franchise, my guy. Swaggy's been out for a bit before. He will be back by game 1. Could be back before. Oh shit, Odell. Let's go. Hopefully he is. I've always liked Carter Verhaeghe. I think he's a good player. I'm happy to see him clicking so well in Florida. And plus, you guys are going to need all the help you guys can get if Reinhart does end up leaving. If he does end up leaving in free agency, which, God, unironic, I really hope he does hit 60 goals this year, because I want to see how much teams give that on the fucking market, dude. Seriously, I want to see. I want to see if Reinhart gets fucking 11, 12 mil, if he ends up taking an underpay to either stay in Florida or to sign with another team. God, genuinely, it's insane. This game solidified how good the Habs have been for a bit. Exactly, Odell. The Panther, which is funny, because that first period did not look like the Habs were going to play well whatsoever. The fucking, both goals that Panthers, the 2 of the 3 goals the Panthers scored, which were in the first period, Habs got exposed by by Barkov, especially on that second goal. But it did not look like the Canadiens were going to come out. And then the second period, they just completely turned it on. And yeah, we fought back in this game. We've been great. I will argue the Canadiens have been a very good team since probably January. I think that, well, then again, October, November, we played well. It was really just kind of, I believe, December, maybe even January. That just wasn't great. But February onwards, for sure. Once we came back from the All-Star break, the Habs for some reason decided, hey, you know what? Let's play like a playoff team. Let's have some damn good games. And then they decided, yeah, let's let's finish bottom 10 in the league, but we're gonna be a playoff team next year. Yeah. Islander legend, yes indeed, Sons. Islander legend, Mike Matheson. Shout out Johnny Boychuk. The Habs are beating and outplaying elite level teams. Ottawa mops the shit teams, but gets wiped by a team like Florida. Exactly, Jacob. It's really funny that with the Canadiens, it's the opposite. We will lose to San Jose and Chicago, facing potentially last year's Bruins. Yeah, we'd probably beat them. That's just this year's Canadiens for some reason. We'll lose to the teams that are in the standings similar to us, but playoff teams, yeah, no, they don't stand a chance. We will at least play great against them. That's for some reason usually how it is with us. But like you said, with Ottawa, and even with the Oilers, I think to a lesser extent, they play great against those teams. But when it comes to a legitimate contender, they're kind of garbage. The only difference to that rule is that, fucking Ottawa lost to Minnesota tonight, though. Dude, he's gonna get Tavares to San Jose money. Fuck, what was that again? It was like $13.2 million on an 8-year deal or 7-year deal. I think it was something fucking insane like that. But yeah, like I'm excited to see where he goes to. Dude, just imagine fucking Reinhart walks from Florida. And the dude goes to Arizona, or not Arizona. He goes to Chicago. Dude, imagine a top line of Sam Reinhart and Connor Bedard for the next decade. That might actually be pretty goddamn good, at least for the first 4 years of that contract. Odell, exactly, dude. Barkov is Wayne Gretzky against the Habs. Like, for some reason, Barkov. Well, not for some reason, he's fucking talented, that's why. But Barkov he has like 48 points in 35 games, something like that. It's like 48 points, 25 goals, I think they said tonight, in like 38 games against the Canadiens. Like, Mario Lemieux would be Jeff Skinner. Because no matter what fucking happens, it feels like Jeff Skinner every time the Habs play the Sabres. Oh, yep, Jeff Skinner scoring tonight. Oh, yep, Jeff Skinner. Oh, Jeff Skinner scoring. You say that at least 8 times a year, it feels like, whenever the Canadiens play the Sabres. Like, it would not surprise me if that dude is also a point per game and near goal per game against the Canadiens. It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Raymond, technically, I don't think the Habs are out of it yet, technically. Let me go look by the wild card, actually. So the current wild card is the Capitals with 82 points. The Habs have 70. There's 8 games left. There'd be 16 points there if they win every single one. Technically, no, we're not out of it. If we go on a massive run, and the Capitals, the Red Wings, the Islanders, the Penguins, the Sabres all lose out, there's technically still a chance, but it's basically done. If we lose 2 or 3 of our next 5, for example, yeah, it's officially done. Technically, we might not have the wraps on being eliminated for another week or 2 if we somehow do end up pushing. Dude, wouldn't that be fucking insane, by the way, guys, if the Canadiens did somehow go on a big, including tonight, 9-game winning streak, and we somehow make the playoffs? Like, that would honestly be insane. Here's the funny thing. The Canadiens would need to win all 8 games. They would need 16 points. They need to limit the Capitals and Red Wings to fucking 4 points or less by that ruling. Because say we win 8 games, we'd be at 37. Yeah, we literally cannot let the Capitals tie us in points because they'd almost guaranteed have the tiebreaker. And actually, you know what? I kind of wish the Canadiens would be near the playoff spot because we play the Red Wings in the last 2 games of the year, guys. Imagine if that would be for the fucking last wildcard spot this year. Dude, guys, just imagine how crazy that would be. No dick fuck, not Matheson. Oh, who are you talking about then, Sons? Who's an Islander legend? Oh, fucking Carter Verhaeghe. I'm stupid. Yeah, Carter Verhaeghe. Tavares to San Jose. Dude, yes, Sons. I love that he took less money and still got overpaid going to Toronto. Should the Habs go after either Marchessault or Reinhart? Tab, firstly, hello. How's it going? Go Habs, go indeed. I don't know. Marchessault, I feel like he's 33 now. I think he's 33. I like Marchessault. He's a good second line guy. Kind of probably slowing down to third. Yeah, he's 33. He's probably slowing down to being a third line guy. This year he's got 74 points, 40 goals for the first time in his career, 63 points. He had a fantastic playoff run. He's always been incredible in the playoffs. The one year you could say he was bad, he still had 3 goals and 10 points in 20 games. And that is... actually, you could argue... the following year he had 6 goals. But the only year you could really, really say he was invisible was literally 14-15. He played 2 games and had 0 points. That is his, quote, worst playoff run. But yeah, no, this is the dude. Also, shout out Jonathan Marchessault as well. Panthers legend as well. Shout out that 1 year he played with them. But yeah, Marchessault, depending on the term and depending on what you're expecting out of him, because with a guy like Marchessault, because he's a right winger, I think if you were to give him, say, a 2-3 year deal, I think it could work, because then that would be your top 6 would be Slafkovsky, Suzuki, Caufield, and then you'd have Newhook, Doc, and Marchessault, and I think that could actually work because Marchessault's small, Doc's a big boy. Newhook's not too small. I want to say he's 6 foot, maybe 6'1". I want to say he is. He's 5'11". Okay, so he's not super tall. But he's not super short either. But yeah, Marchessault, I think he's a good second line guy. Even at a 2-3 year deal, I think that's a perfect stopgap. Depending on if Ivan Demidov or Cole Eiserman, depending on who you draft this year, if he does walk to free agency, which by the way, there apparently talks as of a couple weeks ago have started between Marchessault and Vegas, it wouldn't surprise me to see the Canadiens, if he is a free agent, maybe make that push towards Marchessault. Again, he would be a stopgap guy. It really wouldn't surprise me to see that. 41 goals tonight. Thank you, Intertap. I did see he actually scored yet earlier. So I wouldn't mind Marchessault. If it's an 8-year deal, obviously that's horrible. Sign him until fucking 41. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Marchessault sign him with Montreal for 2-3 years. I'd love that, actually. I like Marchessault. I think he's a great guy. Reinhart, I would love to go for Reinhart because I think that he has potential to be a great 80-90 point guy. The issue is that he's 28, I believe, and he would want an 8-year deal. And yes, 8 years from now, the cap, if he signs for, say, 11 mil, it's not going to be much comparatively. But just still, I love Reinhart, but I don't want to give him an 8-year deal to sign until he's 36. I wouldn't want to do that, unfortunately. Deadpool, Habs are going to be overhyped by fans and media just at this point in the fan base, but not making it for the next 5 years. Deadpool, I think you mean the Sens. I think you misspelled the Sens. Yeah, Odell, 2021 all over again. That's what it would be if the Habs sneak in. It would genuinely be that way, because for some reason the Habs always play the best. They always play the best when they're fucking underdog. Suns, yes, the Astros did beat the Jays. They are 1-5. This is exactly what I thought the Blue Jays season would be. They're garbage, unfortunately. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Thank you for coming by, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, I should say. Fucking, yeah. The whole stream will be full with just saying Panthers legend. Odell, honestly, probably. Feels like everybody's played with the Panthers somehow. High quality. How's it going, my good sir, as well? If we sign Marchessault for 2-3 years, exactly, to get Caufield going again to buy the 2024 pick time because he won't be here. Exactly, Jacob. Marchessault. And if he is here, and if he is here, he's slowed down to be a third, maybe a fourth liner. You know, I even think by that third year, depending... Oh, the Jays won? Tap? Oh, fuck. Last time I saw it was 1-0. Well, you know what? Fuck. Good on the Jays. Hell yeah. That's good. I just assumed they were out of it because I saw it was 1-0 and I was like, yeah, there's a 0% chance they're coming back. Well, you know what? Fuck. Nice. I'm happy to hear that. But yeah, Marchessault, I'd like him on the Canadiens. Like you said, 2-3 years. It'd be perfect. Get Caufield going again. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily to get Caufield going in because you're not going to pay a guy $7 million just to get one other guy going. But yeah, to buy the 2024 pick time, I think that'd be fair. Especially if it is Ivan Demidov. He probably isn't coming over for another... Because I know his contract's shorter than Michkov's. I think it's 2 years that he would be coming... that he'd be coming over for is 2 years after he gets picked. But yeah, I'd like Marchessault as a second line right wing, especially if he ends up scoring with Doc and Newhook. They have chemistry. Plus, I think, I do kind of agree that to an extent that you do need a good veteran to be a top 6 player. I think Marchessault would be an incredible addition to the Habs. And plus, he is from Quebec. The issue, I think, is that if you pay him $7 million, fans are going to be expecting 40-goal Marchessault. You're not going to get that. You'll get 30 goals, I think, out of Marchessault easily. At least next year, for sure, if Doc and Newhook stay healthy. I think you'll definitely get 30-goal Marchessault. But if you're expecting the 40 goals and potentially 90 points, you're not going to get that. You're going to get a good 30 goal, 70 point type of guy, maybe 65 points out of Marchessault. So you're going to get a good second line type player, I think, out of Marchessault. So he's just clicking especially well because he's been in Vegas the last 7 years, and yeah. But yeah, Unor Tap, exactly. Like 6 years, around 6.5, 6 years, 3 years, 6.5 mil. I'd have no problem with that whatsoever. I think that'd be a really good return for John Marchessault, or a good payment to him. You know, he's not getting paid necessarily big money like Caufield and Suzuki, and when he gets paid, Slavkovsky, you know, but you're not massively underpaying him like with Kirby Dach. At least he looked to be that way. But yeah, do I think the Panthers are frauds or legit high quality? Also, hashtag Ross Hatkins. Thank you, high quality. In a way, I think he's legit, or the Panthers are legit, because they showed last year that they were, and they've had stretches this year where they've easily been one of the best teams in the NHL. They've been the best team in the NHL for parts during the year as well. I also think that with this stretch, where I think it's something like 6-1 or something like that, they've gone recently in their last 8, something like that. They're getting cold at the wrong time. For me, the way I see it, if they can get hot, they'll be legit. If they stay cold, they are probably losing to the Leafs in the first round, unfortunately. However, I will say, don't count out the Panthers regardless of how hot or cold they are. I'm pretty sure they backed in. No, they made the playoffs last year on the heels of Alex Lyon. But I mean, I feel like they were kind of just all right last year when they did make the playoffs. But yeah, Evradim Verbata, Panthers legend. UC Jokinen, I believe, Panthers legend. I didn't want to say Oli because that was the obvious one, but yeah. The Habs made the 2021 playoffs by losing to the Oilers in OT. That is true, Overeem. We did. I remember that, yeah, because it was like the Canucks that were right behind us, and I think the Senators for a decent bit were also right behind us, but it was mainly the Canucks who were pressing, and then yeah, the Habs ended up making it, and thankfully we did, because let's be honest, the Canucks probably would have been out to the Leafs easy. Schneider with 2-run homer and 2 outs in the ninth. God damn, Unor Tap. Fuck yeah, let's go Schneider. Let's go, obviously, Matthew Schneider, obviously. It was Calgary, wasn't Wolverine? We lost to the Flames in OT. Really? That's kind of funny, actually. Oh yeah, because that was the year the Flames were like the worst in the division. Were they not? 2021 NHL standings. Yeah, the North Division. Was that the year that the Flames? No, yeah, it was the Canucks. I remember that, yeah. Okay, it was okay, I did not remember that division well at all. Yeah, because I remember it now because the Canucks for a while, they were pushing, but then they ended up kind of losing out. The Sens were just kind of middling, ended up being pretty goddamn bad. And then, yeah, the Flames, they were the team that were kind of trying to push us. And the Habs, I forgot that. They lost fucking 5 in a row. They actually almost could have pushed the Jets out of third place if they had won some of those games. Some of the games that they had ended up losing. But yeah, dude. Shout out the 2020-21 Montreal Canadiens, because god damn it, that is a season. That is a season for the ages, boys. That is a season that I think everybody can love and respect, no matter who you are. I cannot English, oof, Odell. In our last 10 games, we won. All right, welcome to counting. We won. All right, welcome to counting class. Let's begin. 1. That's it, boys. Thank you, Odell, for the counting class. I appreciate it. I just hope the Leafs don't underestimate the Panthers. They can be dangerous if they get their legs. Hashtag we want Florida. But yeah, exactly, high quality. Exactly, my guy. They have to hope that the Leafs really don't underestimate the Panthers, because if they do, that's going to probably be really good on the Panthers, for sure, I think. The Flames are, like, behind you. Exactly, yes, Sons. I just looked it up. For some reason, I don't know why I forgot. I thought the Canucks and Flames were switched. I thought the Canucks were pretty bad, or the Flames were pretty bad, and the Canucks were the team that were trailing us. Oh, yeah. Well, wait, no, yeah, because wasn't that, like, during the portion of the season as well, where it was, like, yeah, Odell, exactly. They didn't play a game for like a month because they had COVID. But then when they came back, some of the guys still couldn't play because they had COVID or something like that. I kind of remember that. Yeah, exactly, Odell. They had a massive COVID outbreak. Yeah, it's all fucking floating back to me now. Yeah, and the Canadiens continuously like fucking owned the Canucks that year. Tyler Toffoli scored like 23 of his 43 goals that year against the Canucks, or however many he fucking had. It felt like he got every single goal that year against the Canucks, but I remember that outbreak. That was scary at the time. I think it was the Flames that were fighting the Habs. Yeah, Wolverine, exactly. Yeah, we just looked it up, like I said, yeah. I remember when Holtby shut out the Leafs and the Leafs fans flipped. Dude, Suns, that's fucking great. Vancouver's in the crapper. Yeah, Montreal, yeah, exactly. Habs beat them like 7 or 8 out of the 9 games that we played against them, dude. Again, Toffoli was, no matter if we won or lost, Toffoli was scoring every game. Felt like he got a fucking hat trick every game of that series against the Canucks. I guess you can call it the series because we played every team 9 times that year, basically. Yeah, gotta thank the Leafs Prime documentary for that one. Odell, that's fucking funny. Dude, also, Amazon Prime, not Logan Paul Prime. You should probably clarify that at this point. Alright, Forsling Ekblad, Mikkel, yeah, we're kind of onto the lines again. Forsling Ekblad, Mikkel Montour, and Ekman Larson and Kulikov are on the blue line. Anthony Stolarz gets the starting net for the Panthers, and Sergei Bobrovsky backs him up, being given a little bit of rest for the playoffs. However, with the way they're kind of backing in, they might need him to play some more games. Deadpool. Yep, we lost again. Documentary. Exactly. Leafs, all or nothing. Also, it's nothing. Exactly. That's the funny meme. Deadpool, I'm pretty sure the 07 Senators. Oh, yeah, Odell. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the Bob. You know, I'm calling him the Bob from now on. Fuck Bobrovsky. He is the Bob from now on. But yeah, I forgot that the Bob started yesterday as well. Yeah, they fucking mentioned it too, and Stolarz also came in relief for that game too. Funny enough. But Deadpool, I would say the 07 Senators were probably the flukiest cup runner-ups. I would say personally. After watching that game, maybe we should have a guessing competition, guessing the amount of penalties. Exactly, Joe. Yeah, we should. There was a fucking lot of penalties this game. Holy shit! Like. Some of them were kind of funny, but yeah, far from all or nothing, we deserve to lose to the Habs. High quality, you know what? Yeah, you kind of did, man. Yeah, you kind of did. We had Joe Thornton. Oh my god, you guys did. You guys did. Oh my god. By the end of that series, you guys did have Thornton on the top line, because it was like, fuck it, Joe Thornton. You know this team. You played them with the Bruins. I don't care if they beat you and destroyed the Bruins 4-0 in that one series. You know the guy well. You know the Canadiens well, and then, yeah. By the way, shout out fucking poor Joe Thornton. Motherfucker ended his career as a No, he didn't. He ended his career as a Florida Panther, which is arguably better. God, that was a weird period, though. Bro went -10. Dude, Odell, you were watching the Panthers, I'm assuming, 2 years ago. How was it with Joe Thornton? What was it like having 42-year-old Jumbo Jizz playing with you guys? By the way, shout out Joe Thornton going to fucking Davos for some reason the 0405 lockout, the 12-13 lockout, and then the 2021 COVID shutdown, where every single time he was at or near point per game. Alrighty then. But yeah, what was it like with Joe Thornton? Then Tavares died. I wanted to die. Second line center Jumbo Joe to you. Exactly, Odell. That is second line center Jumbo Joe to you. Odell, was he really that bad? You wanted to fucking die watching Joe on the Panthers? Yeah, also Panther legend Joe Thornton indeed, Odell. Absolute Panther legend. Oh my god, that actually did chop off. Unironically, guys, I should do that sometime. I should prematurely shave my hair, and then just like take the fucking rest. And yeah, that has to be bad. That has to be bad luck. Yeah, he was bad. Oof, Odell. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, to be fair, what could you really expect from a 42-year-old Joe Thornton? But God, I don't know why they thought that was. I mean, to be fair, they like veteranosity over in Florida. Why else did they acquire Okposo for a, what was it again, a 7th round pick? Let's consult the trade track board from the deadline. All right, what was Kyle Okposo traded for? A 7th and a prospect. All right, I'm pretty sure it's the first time in a long time I've gone away from the chat. Cam Fowler makes a 3-2 Anaheim over Calgary. Really? Oh, 2 lockouts and then COVID. Exactly. Yeah, Joe. Like the 0405 lockout. Only played 40 games at Davos, but pretty damn good with them. 54 points, 44 assists, 10 goals in 40 games. And also 21 assists, 25 points in 14 playoff games. Then 12-13, he played 33 games there with 12 goals, 36 assists. And then 2021, 12 games, 5 goals, 6 11 points. Not terrible. That was before he signed with the Leafs, obviously. Also, shout out Jumbo Joe having that 1 year where he was like fucking phenomenal. Which I still don't get why the Boston Bruins traded him. To be fair, it ended up working out because they get Wayne Primo, who they flipped to Calgary for Andrew Ference and Chuck Kobasu. And Andrew Ference would end up being on that playoff roster. Chuck Kobasu ended up being traded for a couple guys who did not end up playing, I don't think. Craig Weller. Craig Weller did end up getting flipped for Dennis Seidenberg, who was on that playoff roster. And Matt Bartkowski, who did play 6 games on the playoff team. Just 6 regular season games. And then Alexander Kokolechev, who didn't actually end up playing any games that year. But Brad Stewart, who would end up getting flipped as well with Wayne Primo in that Ference and Kobasu deal. And Marco Sturm would end up he was traded for future considerations. That is really weird. A 20 goal scorer was flipped for future considerations. Okay, but yeah, I mean they end up getting 2 pieces who were on that cup team. Jumbo Joe's got 0 cups, that's all I'm gonna say. Bro got the trade deadline board on speed dial. Yeah, dude, I don't get rid of any of the things that I use. Actually, that's a lie. I get rid of them sometimes, but with like the trade deadline board, like I can't get rid of that because I'd have to recreate it every year, and I'd rather just use the one from the year before. Yeah, Thornton probably missed a team breakfast. Probably, honestly. HHSL legend Alexander Kokolechev. That is true, Odell. Absolutely, HHSL legend Kokolechev. All right. So before the game, we mentioned that Kachuk and Verhaeghe were out for the Panthers. Christian Dvorak could return before the end of the year. We thought he was completely done for the season, but he's practicing with the team. He's now listed as day-to-day. You know what? It'd be nice to see him get a couple games in before the end of the year. I'd like to see him come in, hopefully score a goal or 2. I'd like to see Dvorak back before the end of the year. Saturday will be the first match for The Rock in a decade. He's going to tear his ACL. Suns, unironically, like, I don't wish injury upon any wrestler, but it would be fascinating to see The Rock if he did tear his ACL in that match. Because then how the fuck do they book Sunday then? How do they book Bloodline Rules with Roman and Cody if The Rock isn't there? Because he's probably going to be involved in the finish, I would think, with Austin and Cena coming out. I would think that The Rock has to be involved in the finish. Because there's no way they're going to have this whole big thing with The Rock and then, Saturday is it. That's the end with The Rock. But yeah. Bro, I thought we buried Dvorak alive and called him dead. What the fuck? Odell. Yeah, no, I thought we did that too, but no, apparently not. Apparently not. Dvorak is potentially playing again this year. And also, Caden Gooley returns to the lineup after serving his 1-game suspension for, unfortunately not that hard, slashing Travis Konechny. Welcome back, Caden Gooley. That's all I got to say. Panthers press in the opening minute. Habs do get some D. And they go to the power play to the Panthers. Savard gets called for a trip. And I'm going to be honest, that was a bad call. That's the first time in a while that I can really 100% say I don't get why that was called a trip. I get, Savard gets the stick. The guy goes down because Savard kind of slides into him slightly, but I don't think it's enough to be a trip. Evans does win. There were some awful calls tonight, Odell. Yes, there were. And some awful non-calls as well, we could say that. Evans wins the initial faceoff. There's a nice clear by the Habs. We were not letting Reinhart get set up at all. The Panthers' power play just was not able to really get set up. There's some decent press, but just Luosterainen, the biggest chance for them was Luosterainen tipping one just by the net. And I thought Montembeault got a piece of it, but I saw the replay. No, Luosterainen tips it just wide of the net. Habs end up being 1-for-1 on the penalty kill. Panthers press. Pizzetta ends up nearly beating out a Panther for a possible breakaway. Stolarz does turn that one away, though. Yeah, Odell, the PK has been fucking phenomenal for the past couple months. Like, I will say that much. Like, I know we talked about it. I talked about it on one of the last video recaps. NHL PK since March. Actually, no, since February. We'll go February. So since February 1st. Oh, the best penalty kill percentage. That's what I want. So the best penalty kill percentage for a team since February 1st. The Canadiens are 5th. At 84.7%. In 25 games, we have killed off. It's not gonna tell me. I gotta go to team penalty kill. The Canadiens have killed off. And you're still not gonna tell me. Goddamn. But then if we go for March, even just the past month, the Canadiens penalty kill, if I can get that, is second in the league, only to the Colorado Avalanche, 90.2%. Genuinely, the Habs penalty kill has come into its own, which is kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because the power play is fucking ass, and I actually have to say it now. Fire Alex Burrows. He does not know what he's fucking doing on the power play. Despite the fact the power play actually was pretty okay tonight, you should not be going 1 for 8 on the fucking power play. Spoiler. You guys might be wondering, how the fuck did you go 1 for 8? Find out how we got 8 power plays. But yeah. So the Habs end up being 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. Pizzetta, that's when he gets the chance. 2 Habs end up going down a couple of hits. They were clean hits. They weren't dirty. They were just, oh, you have the puck, boom, I'm gonna hit you. The game looked to get a little physical during the first, and the Panthers score. Josh Anderson refuses to play any D. Anton Lundell with a nice deke gets the shot off on Montembeault, and he would open the scoring. Find out how the Panthers are the pussiest team in the league. And this is from a Panthers fan as well. Odelski is a Panthers fan saying this as well. That is sad. But yeah, Anton Lundell. I like Lundell. I wanted him in, or no, it wasn't him. It was Owen Tippett I wanted when we traded Sherrod to the Panthers. But still, I like Anton Lundell. I think he's a good second line player. I like him, and he did pretty good. How'd you go 1 for 8, Suns? Fuck off. Fuck off, Suns. Yeah, so it's a 1-0 game. Newhook gets a great chance, maybe 25 seconds later. 2 Panthers legends, indeed, yes. Yes, sir. Fucking Anton Lundell and Owen Tippett. Indeed, Panthers legends. But Newhook gets a great chance. And we score 57 seconds after the Panthers open the scoring. Yoel Armia with a really nice rebound in front. Newhook and Pizzetta with the assists on that one. Newhook with the initial shot. Armia says, thank you very much, Stolarz, and he buries it into the open net. And it's a tie game. Armia with, I believe, his 14th of the year. That's pretty nice. Good to see Armia getting some points. Slavkovsky gets a great look in front. He nearly makes it 2-1 on a nice backhand chance. Bro, I was helping my mom do laundry when it was 1-0. When it was 0-0 when I get back into 1-1. Bro probably thought, what the fuck was happening? Sorry. Both teams get some physicality, good pressure by the Canadiens. Goes back the other way, and the Panthers score on a, not necessarily a setup play, but just, how the Habs not been eliminated yet? Damn, East playoff line is weak this year. TPC, it's a mix of, or I could call you Bob, because technically your name does the first letters do initialize to Bob. But TPC, it is a mix of the playoffs technically being weak in terms of the playoff competition, but it's also the Habs have been fighting a lot this year. The Bob, yes indeed, the Bob, but it is a mix of that playoff line being weak, and it also is the fact that Canadiens have been playing great hockey. You know, they have not been eliminated yet because they've been playing very strong hockey, and ignoring the points, just overall, you know, they're basically eliminated because they literally need the Capitals and Red Wings to get less than 4 points over the next 8 or 9 games, whatever they have left. It might be 7 actually, but they need them to get less than 4 points. But yeah, how they haven't been eliminated yet? They've just been playing strong hockey for a majority of the year. They've been playing great against playoff teams. I think funny enough, the biggest issue is that they actually kind of play down the teams around them, and they play way up to the teams that are even remotely, within eight spots of them. That's when they play up to them. So yeah, I think honestly the Canadiens, and I said it during Rick's secondary stream on Don't Poke with Media for his game recap before I came up live here. I think the Habs are a playoff team next year. I think if the Canadiens can stay healthy, if Doc can have that next step that we thought he was going to have this year and he stays healthy, I don't know if I'm being honest. I think the Habs could be a playoff team next year. If we get John Marchessault, if Lane Hutson comes in and he's as advertised, he has a good 40, 50 point rookie year, which I think he absolutely could. Reinbacher comes in, plays a great two-way game like I know he can. We see more out of Monty and Primo that they've been giving this year. If I'm being honest, I think the Habs have what it takes. I think if you can get a really good amount of depth on this team, if you can get Waugh in there, Beck and Farrell, honestly, I would not mind trading Dvorak. I like Dvorak, but I wouldn't mind trading him. Using Evans as a third-line center, I think he's a great defensive guy. I think he can put up a little bit of offense. You play him with, say, Waugh and then maybe Mazar. I think that could work. Unless there's a guy that I'm forgetting about. And then your fourth line maybe ends up being Pizzetta. You bring someone in to be a fourth-line center. Maybe that's Owen Beck's role. I don't think he gets that. He's probably in Laval next year. But if you wanted to, Beck, and then bring in a fourth-line guy. Maybe you risk using Brendan Gallagher in that situation. I think the Habs could easily be a playoff team next year. I think they've got definitely what it takes. Hurricanes are finished this summer. Suns, they're already finished, I feel like. TBC is a closet Panthers guy. He might be. Just because the Panthers are first round exit doesn't mean I'm a fan of them. Oof, TBC. It would take a lot going right. I don't know, TBC. I don't know, because the top line has arrived. Slavkovsky's looking like a legit top-line forward. Suzuki is a legitimate first-line center. The only thing we need is Caufield to score again, and I think there's no issue there. I think just give him the summer to rehab that shoulder completely. Really get fully healed up from probably an injury he might have this year. And also that shoulder surgery I think is still slightly bugging him. I think next year he could definitely score 35, 40 goals. I think that second line will be fine. Like I said, if you get Marchessault, for example, if you do, put him with Doc and Newhook. As long as that line stays healthy, I think he'll be perfectly good. I would have no problem with Waugh on the third line. Again, Jake Evans, I think, is a great defensive guy. He's phenomenal on the penalty kill. One of the league's best penalty killers, in my honest opinion. I think that the Canadiens would be damn good, at least offensively, for sure. Like Odelsky says, defensively, I think Matheson Savard could work. I do think we probably trade one of those guys in the offseason, more than likely. But I'd have no issue if we stick with Matheson Savard. The issue is you kind of have to trade one of those guys because you have both Hutson and Reinbacher coming up. And you can't go with Matheson Savard, Gooley, Jackeye, Hutson, Reinbacher, potentially Mayu, Barron, and Harris all sticking around, and potentially Kovacevic because I think he signed for another year. You have potentially 10 NHL defensemen. Keep Kovacevic as a healthy scratch. Trade Barron and Harris, or if Barron's still waiver eligible, you send him down. Trade Harris. I like Jordan Harris, but just you got to give him that chance to be able to blossom into a top 4D. I think you can have I think you've got what it takes. I think that I think that the Canadiens, if they want to do something like Matheson, Savard, maybe you straight up go with Gooley, Reinbacher, and then Jackeye Hutson maybe. Start Hutson third pair just because, get him used to the NHL. Pair him with a guy like Jackeye who can defend him for sure. I think that'd be a great way. And get some center support once Doc goes down with his annual season-ending injury for Game 5. Fuck you, Odell. The Habs would need to be a wild card too for the playoffs next year, though. That's the issue. But TBC, I don't think so. I think the Leafs, they're going to be okay. The Bruins, I genuinely do think they are probably slowly faltering off after this year. I don't think they're going to be quite as good. I think they're going to still look to trade Linus Ullmark. They apparently tried to do so. At this deadline, we know about the deal where he was almost sent to LA. I think he ends up getting moved because Swayman is pending, I think, RFA. They're going to need to pay him money. And you know what? I think that Ullmark ends up getting moved for a center, but I don't think that's going to help him all that much, really. They're going to be getting older. Van Riemsdyk, if he comes back, he's going to want $3-4 million. And then even then, you really only have the top two of the top three, I think, solidified, personally. you've got Toronto, and you got Florida. Because the way that I see things, Toronto, they're a good team. We know that. The only issue is their lack of depth still. Florida, we know they're damn good. The only thing is, how are they going to solve the issue of scoring if Sam Reinhart, or I guess you could say at this point, when Sam Reinhart leaves, because it's either you lose Sam Reinhart or you lose Brendan Montour. If you're asking me, yeah, I don't think I can make the choice on who I'd rather lose. But yeah, Tampa's gonna fall off because Tampa's getting old. The smart thing would genuinely be to lose Steven Stamkos to free agency and then just hope next year you can still make the playoffs, because I don't think you have your first round pick next year, and then just kind of hope you can make the playoffs, and then after that worry about a rebuild. Detroit, I'm still not fully convinced by them. I just don't believe in them. Buffalo and Ottawa, we know they're eliminated by the time the first puck drops. Montreal, I think, could make that wild card for sure, TBC. But I think that they have what it takes to potentially be, for example, fourth in the division if it's wild card 1 and 2 in the Atlantic. I think that the Canadiens could get hot and get on a run. Maybe I think they can definitely make the playoffs easily. Kuzmenko's makes it 4-3. Anaheim, who still leads. Let's go. Former Vancouver Canucks playing well on rival teams. That's always good to see. They got to do something if they want to get a top-line center. Exactly, Odelski. Exactly. And Hampus Lindholm has also fallen off hard this year for sure. Exactly. I like Morgan Geekie. He's not a top-line guy. I like Pavel Zacha. He's not a top-line guy. They would need to deal Linus Ullmark. There's a reason they were trying to deal Linus Ullmark for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Because Dubois, okay, he's having a down year with Camille all he wants. He can be a first-line center. I think in Boston he actually would have been. I think he would have been a very good first-line center option. The only issue at that point is then you have to look at, what teams can afford to get rid of a centerman and need a goaltender. LA really is one of the few. Maybe Jersey, but they're basically locked in on wanting to trade for Markstrom in the offseason, I feel like, at this point. And plus, they're not going to get rid of Jack Hughes. They're not going to get rid of Nico Hischier. I don't really remember what any other centers they have that they could give up. So I feel like if they want to deal Ullmark, they'd have to settle for a guy who's just about to break out, or hope that a team is stupid enough to trade someone like a Shane Wright, for example, with Seattle, and that, okay, well, we're willing to do that. You got to hope that. Exactly, Odell. Boston could have cocaine stuff for cheap, dude. Literally, what was it, a 4th-round pick? Literally could have had them. Instead, they traded him to a fucking division rival for peanuts. Exactly. I would say Boston and Tampa to fall up, but they always find a way to win, even when their teams are below average. TBC, you know what, that's true? I don't know. I feel like Tampa this year does not look the same as they have the last couple years. Oh yeah, this is the egg from the Kinder that I got for Easter. But I feel like next year is the year that guaranteed Tampa ends up falling off. I think. Odell, that's why I mentioned Montour, because it's either you lose Reinhart this summer or you lose Montour. And I don't know who I'd rather get rid of, honestly. I don't know which one I'd rather lose. I think Tampa might be scary good next year. They're still a good team even with Vasily below 900. No. TBC, look at who the fuck they're losing this year. Look at who they're fucking losing. More than likely to free agency. Firstly, Steven Stamkos. They're losing Stamkos, who's about to turn 35. Anthony Duclair, they're probably not re-signing regardless. Look at their lack of fucking depth, dude. Nick Paul is being hopeful to be a second-line center next year. Brendan Hagel is already extended to $6.5 fucking million. Matt Dumba's not going to be re-signed. Calvin DeHaan and Hayden Fleury are depth. Nick Perbix is a decent third-pair guy. They have 3 NHL-capable defensemen, because Mikko Sergachev, we know he's probably never playing again. At least we can hope. And goaltending, okay, they have Andrei Vasilevsky. Where's the defensive depth? Where is the offensive help next year? Oh, wow, Tanner Jeannot, who's a 4th-line guy. Connor Sheary with a fucking no trade for some reason. Michael Eyssimont to be a 4th-liner. Luke Glendening to be a 4th-line guy. Yes, I get they have cap if they let go of Stamkos, when they let go of Duclair and Dumba, because those guys were deadline rentals regardless. I don't think they've got what it takes to fucking win the division, let alone make the fucking playoffs. They don't have what it takes. They're going to be relying on fucking Matt Tompkins Matt Tompkins as their backup next year. Because let's face it, they're probably not going to fucking use Jonas Johansson as their backup. The dude has been dog water. I'd much rather rely on Matt Tompkins. He's a good story. And plus, Jonas Johansson, I don't think he's even stopped a fucking beach ball in his life, let alone a goddamn NHL puck. You know? Like, you look at like what prospects they have up. Ethan Gauthier, he's still, probably 2 years away from making the NHL at the very least. They have zero offensive prospects, at least that are signed right now. Jack Finley, you could say, but Jack Finley's not going to be much. I don't think that Isaac Howard, they do have Isaac Howard, but still, they have like 2 good prospects, and that's it. That is all the Tampa Bay Lightning have, and I just I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, it was a third, by the way, Dusky. Thank you for Kuznetsov. It was a third. I just feel Tampa, they're going to fall off, and I think next year's that year. Bobby Ryan's on his drunk shit. Yes, he is, Sons. It doesn't surprise me. He relapsed whatsoever. Bro brought up PLD. Like, he's a good player. I mean, to be fair, Sons, would you rather PLD or Hudson Fasching? You take your pick. We do have the scoring support without Reinhart beside the power play. Exactly. You have Kachuk, who, yeah, he's having a down year. He'll rebound next year, don't worry. Verhaeghe, Barkov, unless he only scores against the Canadiens, which I don't think so. You know, there's guys there easy that can support the Panthers without having Reinhart. You know, Montour, like you said, strong 2-way game, which is something that you guys need. Lundell is also gonna be an RFA. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. I feel like it's probably confirmed at this point. Yeah, Reinhardt's probably done as a Panther unless he takes a massive pay cut, which it might happen. I don't know, but like, he's probably done as a Panther, which is gonna be the funniest thing in the world because he's gonna get paid like $13 million. Killorn double dips, 5-3 Ducks. Oh shit, Odell. Are the Ducks about to win a fucking hockey game? Who's talking about Hudson? Well, I'm just saying, Sons. Would you rather have PLD as a first line center, which is something the Islanders need, or would you rather be paying Scott Mayfield and fucking what's his face, Pierre Engvall? Just think about it. That's what I'm saying. Yes, CACW. They probably. I'm assuming that's into the empty net, by the way. Which, if it is, then yeah, no, that obviously does confirm it. The Ducks are going to win a game. Which is very funny, I think. All right. Slavkovsky has that backhand chance, physicality, and the Panthers score. It's 2-1 for Florida. Alex Barkov with a great play right in front. He gets a really solid pass as the Habs D gets exposed. One of the few times this year where every player is out of position. Barkov's goal was fucking incredible. Like, I don't even think that with the Habs D being exposed there that you can really blame anybody, because that was just a really beautiful goal. Barkov with a nice kind of fake as Montembeault goes for the backhand, or goes for the poke check, goes backhand, buries it, and that is a 2-1 Panthers lead. Yeah, my room was all white for a second there. Odelski, I believe you too. We don't need a first line center. Sons, are you trying to tell me Jean-Gabriel Pageau is back to the way he was in Ottawa? Is that what you're trying to tell me? But yeah, so it's 2-1 Florida. The new hook line immediately gets put back out there to try and tie the game. Jack ends up having a shot deflected wide out of play. Habs then ice the puck twice. The Panthers couldn't get any chances for a while. Habs go to the power play. Stenlund's called for a hook on Armia. The Habs do control, but there's a clear. And there's a 5-on-3. Lusterina gets called for a delay of game for puck over glass with a very good accidental draw of the penalty by Suzuki. He just tried to pass to Caufield, and Lusterina just gets a stick in there. Because it's in the motion of swiping up to try and just deflect it, boom, it's up over the glass, or over where the glass would have been. He's not our first-line center. Spetty, you can't tell me that Matt Barzal is the first-line center, Sons. And you can't tell me Bo Horvat is, who was on the third line last night, or the other night when the folks at Talkin' Habs did or at Don't Poke With Media did the game recap. Or the game watch-along, as you could say. But yeah, so Suzuki trying to pass the puck. Accidentally, he draws the power play. He'll say he did that on purpose to draw the penalty, of course, as, yeah. Exactly. It was a very weird delay of game because because of the motion where the stick is going up. If it's the stick that's going down, and it's the deflection, it's the way that it deflects. If the stick's going down, it wouldn't have been a penalty. Because it's going up, it's recognized as an intentional swipe of the puck to draw the delay of game. So yeah, I think it's kind of funny the way that penalty was drawn. But yeah, he's on the first tonight. Duck bead. I really hope you're trying to call me a duckhead. I really, or a buck dead, maybe. But yeah, Slavkovsky on a rebound tries to bury something. Ekblad ends up getting a free punch on him. They both go down. Slav ends up on top. Both men are given 2 minutes each for roughing. Habs look to press. Caufield has 2 chances that are just wide of the net, though. Habs end up being 0 for 2. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Yeah, we are 0 for 2. Because I thought it was 0 for 2 fully, but no, I realized I thought I was counting both power plays already. But then I realized, wait, no, because the one from earlier. So yeah, we are 0 for 2. Shots are 14-12 for the Habs, but a 2-1 lead for the Panthers after 20 minutes of play. Habs on the power play don't get much of a chance. Habs are 0 for 3 on the power play to start the second. And the Habs score after a scramble in front. Refs are looking for a goal. Gallagher looks to have put one home, looks to have taken the shot, and it hits the pad of Stolarz. Looks like it might be in. Refs review, and they confirm it. It's a goal. But there's about a 10-15 second wait. The refs go over. There's some miscommunication. They actually meant to say there was no goal. So that was kind of fun. I've never seen that before in the NHL. I've never seen that before. Yeah, from me looking at the play, obviously I would have loved it if it would have been a goal. That would have been great. Looking at it, I didn't see any room between the red line and the puck. I didn't see any white between the red line and the puck to determine that it was a goal. So I think it was initially the right call. And I know before some people say it potentially in the chat, or they might be saying it out loud, maybe just because they don't want to chat, or they don't have an account on YouTube so they don't chat, which if you are, how do you get notifications from my video? Maybe you're on the Discord, I don't know. But yeah, some people might be saying, oh, well, how could they go back and say that it was a no goal on the review? It's because it wasn't a coach's challenge, or it wasn't a, oh wait, no, let's take a second look at it. There was miscommunication. They meant to say no goal initially. But again, there's some weird communication thing where they said it was a goal, so they had to go back and just correct themselves. It wasn't a, oh yeah, we know, we take a look at this to screw over the Canadiens. It was a weird play. It was a weird thing, but you know what? That's fun to mention. You don't see those all too often. I hope Jay Onright's talking about that. Probably right about now, I would think, or maybe in like a half an hour. I don't know when he does the Jay Onright show. Which, by the way, check that out. I miss Jay and Dan, but I'm glad that Jay Onright still got his show because he's fucking great on TSN. Yeah, exactly. It was no goal. Exactly. It was 50-50. The camera angle and the quality was garbage. I don't think it would have helped much, but I would have at least liked to see the net cam, see if there was anything there that helped us out. And like you said, yeah, the camera angle quality was garbage, so maybe if it was 4K, we could have seen that, oh, maybe there was some white. I don't think there was. Even if there was white, though, it doesn't necessarily determine that there was for sure a goal scored. Calgary and Tampa, 0-4, Game 6. The puck looked like it was over, but they did that animation where it was reviewed. Because the puck was in the air, that's what made it look like the goal was in, and so blah, 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 blah. And yeah, like Odell said, Florida probably would have challenged for goalie interference, so it would have been no goal regardless, I think. Just because Galley's like really, really in there, and I think so was Anderson. I think he was the other one that was there. So yeah, even if the goal was called, yeah, that's a good goal. There would have been a challenge. And because it's Brendan Gallagher, that goal would have been coming back, so probably better to just no goal initially, get it out of the way right away, so yeah. The Habs end up icing a puck after a Panthers dump. Anton Lundell then. The refs really want to fuck with Gallagher. Dude, Odell, they do. And honestly, like, beforehand, I used to not be for, but at this point, I kind of am. Dude, I'm kind of down for it. Like, if Gallagher ends up quitting on the NHL, I'm completely fine with it if the refs end up fucking him over. By the way, I don't know why I pulled out my notes for Don't Puck with Media's for the Have Normals podcast. I think I just want to fan myself off because it's a little bit hot right now. But yeah, they did really want to fuck with Gallagher. By the way, it's almost summertime, boys. We're going to be streaming. I figured I might as well say that again in case anybody wasn't here the 18 times I've mentioned it in the last 3 weeks already. We are probably going to be streaming a lot more during the summer, not just the draft and free agency and Hab trades and signings and all that. We will probably be live doing some gaming streams, I'm hoping. And, yeah, so all that good stuff right there. So the Habs press for the tie game. Anton Lundell. I put, how the hell did he miss a tap in like that? There's a wide open net off of a weird bounce. And just right through the crease, just past the bar. I gotta know, Odell, what the fuck did you think of that? I gotta know, what did you think of Lundell missing the net like that in that chance in the second? If you even saw it. Because he's Anton Lundell, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Doesn't he only have like 13 goals this year? He did score earlier this game, but yeah, I think he only has like 12, 13 goals this year or something like that. Oh, he's got 10. He scored his 10th tonight, but yeah. Anton Lundell is just no puck luck for that dude for some reason. No puck luck for Anton Lundell right there. He is not good in front of the net, which is kind of weird because it's usually like the easiest place to be able to score. But yeah, he's not good in front of the net. I guess you could say he gets a little. I don't know. I was gonna try and say something. I was hoping it would come to me, and it just didn't. It didn't come to me prematurely. Like I was hoping, bars. But yeah, the Habs press for the tie game. They do lead in shots, 6-0, 4 minutes in, by the way, or 5 minutes in, somewhere early in the period. Panthers get a press, but the Habs rush chance. Caufield has Tarasenko all over him. He does get a puck in deep, and the Habs score. He may be finished, but he can't goddamn finish. Oh no, that's fucking bars right there. The Habs score. Nick Suzuki buries one for the 2-2 tie game. He gets it unassisted, but I'm giving the honorary assist to Dmitry Kulikov, who off the turnover, causing the turnover by Caufield, gets the puck, sends it right through the slot, and immediately to Nick Suzuki, who buries it past Stolars for the tie game. And I'm sure Odelski was at that point cursing death upon Dmitry Kulikov. I'm sure of that. Josh Anderson on the next shift ends up pressuring for the lead. He just ends up shooting a puck wide. Habs do continue looking for the lead. There's a good chance for Newhook. Caufield ends up getting engaged with Stenlund right in front of the net. Zach Hyman is good in front of the net, Lamau. But he's rich. His goals shouldn't count. I could write a six-paragraph essay on why Kulikov is the worst D-man in the league. Odell, if you did it, I would read it on the channel. If you genuinely wanted to, for some reason, do that, I would read it on the channel. I would read your essay about why Dmitry Kulikov is the worst D-man in the league. Bet. Bro just said bet. Be sure to use citations, though. I will mark your paper. I will not mark your paper highly if you do not use citations. Let me cook. Oh my god, he's actually gonna do it. Oh my god. By the way, not tonight. Don't rush to get it done tonight. I legitimately, if you do it, Odell, I will post a video reading an essay. I will title it something like reading an essay on why Dmitry Kulikov is the worst D-man in the NHL or something like that. I will legitimately do it, Odell. Just remind me when you send it to me that, hey, yo, you promised on the Panthers stream that you would do this. Just remind me if I forget. I will legitimately do it, my guy. I will do it. There's a shot by Slafkovsky that can't be buried by Caufield as a result of him being engaged with Stenlund. Caufield gets taken down by Sam Bennett, and Habs go to the power play, surprisingly. That is a call for interference. I think that was legitimate. And the Habs score. Nick Suzuki, 2 in the period. Nice tip in front. His 32nd goal of the year. Second in the period. Matheson Newhook. I could write a whole novel book series on how Mayfield is Hitler. Don't even question Kulikov. Oh yeah, True Sons would counter with Scott Mayfield being the worst defenseman in the league. I don't even think I could say I could counter with anybody on the Canadiens right now. I know some Habs fans of old might say Patrice Brisebois. They might say him. Some Habs fans, I guess Patrice Brisebois. Well, I don't know. He's probably not the worst defenseman, but he's definitely the most notorious, I guess you could say, in a bad sense, I guess you could say. But yeah, He doesn't even come close to Mayfield. Oof, Suns. This could be a debate, dude. This could be a debate. Suns and Odell debate which defenseman is the worst in the NHL. But Nick Suzuki, like I said, gets the goal. Mattson knew who with the assist. Habs get a 3-2 lead just like that. And, great tip by Suzuki. Funny enough, he actually tips it, and it's, like, just by the post to go in. If he angles that slightly wrong, that is off the post and staying out, probably. Habs are now 1 for 4 on the power play. Harvey Pinard gets knocked down with a big hit. Someone ends up going after him. Gallagher then somehow loses his helmet in the net. He does go right to the bench, doesn't try and get past Stolarz to get his helmet. That probably would not have been well received. Canadiens do get some looks. They push for the 2-goal lead. Panthers get a couple chances. However, shots are 27-19 for the Canadiens. And it's a 3-2 lead after the second period. So you know what? A pretty fun second period, I would say. It's at this point that I decided to make myself some toast. I had some lovely peanut butter toast. I do eat my bread other than plain. Surprisingly, thank you for asking. But I had some delicious toast during the start of the third. Maybe I should have made myself some more because the Canadiens do some good things while I was eating my toast. Aho and Mayfield tag teaming to ruin my life. Oof, Suns. Bro, Suns, you gotta finish the story. You gotta find your tag partner. Dude, WrestleMania 40, Aho and Mayfield against Suns and who? Who Suns? Who's gonna help you finish the story? The Habs score, though, by the way. 33 seconds into the third. Who else? Come on, guys. Goal Caufield. Cole Caufield. 21st of the year. Slavkovsky and Gould with the assist. A beauty of a wraparound just 30 seconds in. That makes it 4-2. That would be the eventual game-winning goal. Cole Caufield with a damn good chance there. Habs do press for a 5-2 lead. Panthers go the other way. And Habs go to the penalty kill. Suzuki gets called for a delay of game for puck over glass. It was a bit of a weird bounce over his stick. So he tries to just clear it, but he ends up kind of double hitting it. So instead of saying it just straight out, he hits it and it ends up curving to go over the glass. That kind of sucked. Bro, I died last night when I asked you to pull out bread and you did. Fuck, I can't. Oh, wait. Sons, you mean bread? You wanted me to pull out some bread, my guy? That probably hit the mic, by the way. I just said, dude, Sons, dude, that was a really fun running gag, dude. That me pulling shit out, and then my goddamn ceiling falling out every couple of minutes. It felt like. What I should do, guys, I kind of want to load that stream up and like get highlights of it, cause like I think that stream was genuinely really funny. I think that could be a stream where we're looking at it. I think it could be a stream where I think it could be a stream that could really be a turning point. It sucks that it only has 16 views. Or not 16 views, it has 52 views actually. It sucks that it only has that amount of views. Because it was a really, really fun stream, and I think that a lot of people really seem to enjoy that stream. At least I believe so. My tag partner is Jesus. We'll finish the story. Oof, Sons. Oh, fuck, Sons, dude. We gotta get working on that thing, by the way, that we said we were gonna do. We should work on that soon. But yeah. So the Habs on the penalty kill. Apparently Jake Evans says, fuck you, we're on the power play. We scored. Jake Evans with a real nice steal. I didn't see who that was. Odelsky might be able to tell me, but I think it was Montour who ends up stealing that one. He gets in on a nice break, and he scores. Just puts it by the pad of Anthony Stolarz. Habs make it 5-2. We are barely 5 minutes in to the third period. I was gonna say 5 minutes into the game. If 5 minutes into the game it was 5-2 Habs, I'd be fucking losing my mind. Jesus. But yeah, and then it's 4-on-4 into a Habs power play. Bennett, he stripped Bennett. Thank you, Odell. I appreciate that. So it was actually Bennett that he ended up stripping. I know it was kind of a weird, like, he was trying to grab a puck against the boards. Evans just with a nice poke, and he ends up stealing it that way. But that's how Evans ends up scoring. It's 4-on-4 into a Habs power play because Panthers do press, but Luosterainen's calling for a hook on Jordan Harris. Habs are 4 for 4 on the penalty kill tonight. The Habs penalty kill was fucking great. It's been phenomenal the last couple months, especially last month and to start this month, I should say. Unironically, I think Evans could be a good third-line center next year. I'd have no issue with that whatsoever. Habs, after some 4-on-4, Panthers do press. Reinhart and Slavkovsky get a little engaged right at the end. They're kind of hugging each other a bit. And on the power play, Matheson gets a breakaway, but just off the post. That looked in. There was no whistle. Unfortunately. Or no horn, I guess you could say. So that meant that they reviewed it. There was no goal. But it looked damn close. I was really hoping that would be in. The Habs don't get it, and they end up being 1 for 5 on the power play tonight. Unironically, if that happened, UBS would celebrate. Really, Sons. Jesus Stunners Aho into my RKO, and Aho is dead. What'd you fucking RKO him onto a fucking spike, dude? What the fuck? I don't think you can kill somebody from an RKO. Pile driver, maybe. You know, to a lesser extent, fucking power slam or a power bomb just as Draws. But Draws didn't die because of it. He did become paralyzed because of it. Actually, I think fucking Draws died. Actually, didn't he fucking die a couple months ago? Yeah, he died almost a year ago. He died a couple. Why is Dr. Oz coming up when I look up fucking Draws? I did not know he was a football player. That's unironically kind of funny. Alright. So yeah. Alright, let's get back to the game. So yeah, Matheson almost looked to score. Slavkovsky and Jack-Eye. Big double hit at center ice. The crowd goes fucking crazy for that. Jack-Eye ends up with a nice hit a little bit short while later. Habs press. Panthers end up going to the power play though. Pizzetta, in a bit of a weird call, gets a kneeing on Kulikov, who was the one who goes for the hit on Pizzetta. I don't get why that was called, but you know what? I'm sure Odelski's happy for the kneeing because it means that Kulikov is that bit closer to retiring. I'm sure he was happy about it. Aho's a pussy, of course. He'd die. You know what? That's fair, Sons. Panthers press Montembeault with some great stops on Reinhart and Barkov, who had tried to deke him again. Habs with a great kill, end up being 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. Slav ends up hitting Reinhart in the corner. Panthers slowly kind of go after him. Reinhart kind of bugging Slav a little bit. That was really Slav's game tonight. He was just bugging the shit out of the Panthers. It's funny, because Slav ended up creating a new point streak on the Caufield goal because he got the assist. First point streak, by the way, as an adult. Shout out him. But yeah, that really was his role tonight, especially in the third, was just piss off the Panthers by merely existing. That was really kind of his point tonight, which I think he adds a couple pounds. I kind of agree with my dad when he said this. He adds a couple pounds. He's going to be fucking deadly in the NHL, I think. Anderson gets on a break off a really nice pass by Brendan Gallagher. And it's just off the pad of Stolarz. Just think, if the Matheson thing is scored, if the Galley goal actually counts, and this one does, it is 8-2 Canadiens. It would have been 8-2 Canadiens at this point. But, Andy just could not get a fucking goal. I want to say they said it's something like a 17-game goalless drought now. And then we get a little bit of a line brawl. This is where the game gets really, really controversial to probably some people. So Jake Evans comes in with the puck offside. And against the boards, Nick Cousins ends up throwing the body at him. Apparently wasn't that tough because Evans just fucking turns around, clocks him kind of right in the face. It looked to be more in the helmet. Unfortunately not the face, but kind of fucking clocks him. Everybody gets in there. It's not necessarily a line brawl to the extent where everybody's dropping the gloves and they're all fighting, but everybody's kind of partnered with somebody. Montour ends up manhandling Brendan Gallagher. He throws him with no helmet to the fucking ice. That's dangerous. I might fucking hate Brendan Gallagher, but just please don't do that. There's a fucking reason George Parros' career was ended by something like that, and the fucking reason that players should be wearing helmets in the first place. But yeah, everybody except Anderson gets involved. I'm naming Bobby Ryan my captain. He's based as fuck. Sons, I agree. I agree with you, my guy. Andy decides to not stick up for Gallagher and go after Montour because, of course not. So as a result of Nick Cousins' hit, we had some pretty entertaining brawling for a moment. And the penalties. Alright, you guys got about 4 minutes. I wish it took that long. That'd be really funny. So unfortunately, it's not like that game the other night with the Sabres and Leafs where everybody on the ice got 10-minute misconducts. But it kind of got close to it. So Cousins, Gallagher, Montour, all get 10-minute misconducts. Why Gallagher? Because apparently getting manhandled is you roughing up Montour. But yeah, Cousins, Gallagher, and Montour all called for 10-minute misconducts. Not game misconducts. There is less than 10 minutes in the game, so just giving them misconducts, they're done anyways. Plus not giving them game misconduct means that it doesn't really need to be reviewed by the Department of Player Safety, which you could argue Cousins maybe suspend a game just for unsportsmanlike, but yeah. But they all get 10 minutes. That is true, Sons. That happened in the series against the Lightning in the Cup Finals. And I want to say it happened once last year. I think fucking weird. I think it was Sergachev with Gallagher in the Cup Finals actually, and I think it's happened again. I think it was last year it happened. So it's weird. Recently, there's been kind of a trend with Gallagher getting fucking his head slammed into the ice. So that's not good. Again, please don't do that. Cousins and Ekposo get 2 each for roughing Evans. Evans gets 2 for roughing Cousins. And it's determined the Habs go to the power play for 2 minutes. So I do like that. The Habs should have gotten the power play as a result. And it's funny. The ref actually, standing right there, he's basically eye contact with Evans. Cousins comes in, and immediately the fucking the ref's arm went up. Immediately, as soon as Cousins hit him, alright, you're getting penalized. And then Evans retaliated, and the ref was probably thinking, God damn it, Evans, you're about to get the fucking power play, dude. What are you doing? And then they end up getting it as a result. But, yeah, so lots of penalties in that one play. Yeah. Habs press, and it's a 5-on-3. Luosterainen gets called for a slash on Mike Matheson. Habs do press well. Suzuki looks for the hat trick. He was trying to spread the wealth, trying to get some other goals. Slav had a good opportunity. Matheson trying to wind one up, just wasn't able to. Actually, sorry guys. I'm actually looking. I want to look up a song. And I'm trying to find. There we go. Okay, sorry. Because I was just thinking of trying to. I fucking mentioning Matheson was trying to wind one up. I was like, oh wait, fucking wind me up. That's a song. That's a country song. I want to listen to. So I was just looking that up real quick. Shout out Fair and Young. Exactly, Sons. Yeah, showing love the galley, dude. Yeah, like it's like fuck, like yeah. Please don't do that. That like this is one of the few times I'll stick up for him. Don't do that to a defensive player. Don't, especially if their helmet's off. With their helmet on, it's still bad. But like, okay, they've got the helmet. They're probably protected. Fucking Brendan Gallagher's had that happen twice. He probably got a concussion because it happened again. Alright, so like, please don't do that to any player. Fucking, like, fuck you, Brendan Montour. I like you. Don't fucking make me hate you, Brendan Montour. You're native as well. Fucking, I don't want to hate you, my guy. Yeah. And then we get some more penalties. So Slav poking at a loose puck. Apparently he can't do that. Mikula and Kulikov 2-on-1 him. They forget that it's a 5-on-3, so immediately there's Canadians in there. A little bit of shit going on. Slav and Mikula both get 2 for roughing. And then OEL. Fuck you, OEL. He gets called 2 for slashing Armia, and it is clearly in the hands. It barely looked like he was going for the stick. Easily catches Armia in the hand. It's a 5-on-3 for an extended time as a result. I want to say I think it was 20 seconds extra. They get a 5-on-3 or just power play time in general, technically. 3 paragraphs. No fucking way, Odell. No fucking way. This is fucking amazing. You're halfway there already, dude. That's fucking nuts. Yeah, Habs press for the multi-goal lead. Panthers that end up getting a good chance, 5-on-3, shorthanded, big pad stop by Montembeault. The Habs unfortunately can't score. They do get pretty close. So as a result, because they have 2 5-on-3s and a 5-on-4, they are now 1 for 8 on the power play tonight. They might have been 1 for 9. I might have accidentally missed over a penalty, but they do end up 1 for 8 on the power play. And then I put, and make it 5-3. Oh no, the Panthers scored a goal. Sam Bennett puts it home. That one was actually shorthanded, apparently. With a screen in front from 3 Habs and a Panthers. So all 3 of the Panthers' goals, the Habs were just kind of out of position. That sucks. But it is 5-3. There's about that goal comes with about, I want to say, maybe 3 minutes left. With 2 minutes left. Yeah, the Habs. No, it was about that was about a minute and a half actually. Panthers don't pull the goalie. Paul Maurice apparently did not trust this team enough to score 2 goals in a minute. There's no goalie pull whatsoever once it's 5-3. Slav gets called with 38 seconds left for a delay of game for puck over glass. That is the third time in this game that was called, or that happened. That has to be an NHL first, or at least one of the first times, or one of the only times that there have been 3 delay of game puck over glass penalties in the single game. That has to be it. Panthers do try to press. Again, no goalie pull. They do get a little close, but they don't end up scoring. Habs clear at the buzzer. And that's the game. Habs win it 5-3 in regulation. Big win for the boys in Montreal. The final shots are 40-39 for the Panthers. Huge win there for the Montreal Canadiens. A great performance by the boys. Aside from all 3 of the Panthers goals, which were the only times that they actually that they ended up not playing well. Funny enough, the only times they were caught out of position was as a result of those times those times were the only times the Canadiens got scored on, is what I meant to say. Montembeault, shout him out, by the way. 925 save percentage. He's looking pretty good already this month, I would say. He has apparently the 29th best save percentage in the league with a 905. And I'd say next year he's going to up that to at least a 912 probably. So yeah, guys, we're going to start working on getting out of here. We will do the stats for the Canadiens, do my outro, and then get out. Of course, you guys got any last minute comments or questions, please do not be afraid to put them in the chat. Nick Suzuki leads the Canadiens with 32 goals, 39 assists, 71 points. Caufield, second on the team in points, 21 goals, 21 goals, 35 assists for 56 points. Mike Matheson's got 10 goals, 42 assists, 52 points. Yuri Slafkovsky, 15 goals, 27 assists, 42 points. Sean Monahan, when he was a Montreal Canadien, had 13 goals, 22 assists, 35 points. Alex Newhook, 12 goals, 15 assists, 27 points. Jacob Evans with 7 goals, 18 assists, 25 points this year. Caden Gooley, 6 goals, 16 assists, 22 points. Brendan Gallagher, 11 goals, 10 assists, 21 points. Yoel Armia, 14 goals, 6 assists, 20 points. David Savard, 6 goals, 12 assists, 18 points. Josh Anderson, 7 goals, 10 assists, 17 points. Justin Barron, who's currently down the Val, 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. Tanner Pearson, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Michael Pizzetta, 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points. Arbor Jacki, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Jordan Harris, 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points. Jonathan Kovacevic, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. Joshua Waugh, who's unfortunate for the remainder of the year, and Jesse Ullinen both have 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Raphael Harpinard with goals, 7 assists, 8 points. Christian Dvorak, who is only out day to day now. I should say that. I'm weird not saying he's out for the remainder of the year now. 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. Jaden Struble, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. Gustav Lindstrom, when he was a Canadian, 3 goals and assists for 4 points. Mitchell Stevens, who's currently down at Laval, 2 goals and assists for 3 points. Kirby Duck, who's unfortunately out for the remainder of the year. Caden Primo and Sam Montembeault each have 2 assists each. Brendan Gignac, who's currently down in Laval, had a goal. And Jake Allen, when he was a Canadian, had an assist. Caden Primo's got both of the Canadiens' shutouts this season. In terms of fights, Michael Pizzetta's got 7, Arbor Jackie's got 5, Josh Anderson's got 4, Caden Gooley and Jonathan Kovacevic each with 2, Yuri Slafkovsky, Tanner Pearson, and Jaden Struble each with a singular fight this year. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to like. Sorry guys, I just gotta check my paces walked real quick before it becomes midnight. Okay, 5:74. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, guys, that's gonna do it again for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, and it includes, but it's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Trash. Subscribe to the Puff Club, the H Clubs, Hub Up, Nation. If you remember the Mod Squad, thank you for running comments. It is much greatly appreciated. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Please. Links in the description are the Amazon wishes, the PO Box, the PayPal, Discord, Letterboxd, Twitter account, and Twitch. Yeah. And the Head Normals podcast are on there as well. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Harice, and I am out. I know I was remember no matter how bad we were last year, how decent we are like this year, how great we'll be like next year. Go Habs, go baby. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Harice again, and I am out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. 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 Bye, guys. Bye. All right, boyos. My voice is slowly losing, and I've got to sing tomorrow. God fucking damn it. Oh, shit. I'll wait.